Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thebes. Good news and bad news. The good news is, on this previous episode, we've made the biggest gains ever in the history of Imperator Rome in the Lord Master channel. Which, we made some gains into Asia Minor, into Anatolia. Even though some may not look as good as some of the others, but as you look at it highlighted, that's how much we control now. So we've controlled some of these areas. As you can see, the names of the provinces. Yeah, we've made huge gains and controlled parts of Cilicia, Asia, and most of Phrygia. And we've appointed governors to govern the regions. But here's the bad news. One, our aggressive expansion is so high that it's going to cause a big drop in stability. While I switch to appeasing stance to lower that, so we're largely going to be in a peacetime for that matter. And this would definitely hurt the political influence due to high aggressive expansion, as well as a little bit of corruption that still plagues me, unfortunately. And the other bad news is that my son and supposed to be the heir, Xenocrates, who is a mercenary that I sent out the event to adventure. Here's the problem. Mercenaries still have not yet recovered from the last deployment because I deployed them in a wrong place. It's right at the limit, but they never fully recovered on their own. And he has dysentery and I can't give him treatment. He could himself in theory, but damn it, what have I done? But they say he'll eventually come back, but I don't know when. But for now, my heir is Anaximandros, my other son. And then there's Cleopatra, my daughter. And these two other pretenders, which are going to be potential troublemakers. But with this huge expansion, not only this will cause great gains of money here, but we need to start building fortifications, because what we've inherited, well, it's a lot of open terrain. Each of these areas that are capitals will be the sites of the forts, for the most part. So these are going up now, so we can have some degree of provincial control. I already moved the new provincial capitals. Forgot to move this one. This one's got a bigger population. I'll just put it here because it's right on the crossroads. And I could forget down here as well, but take that down. Boy, oh boy. The amount of trade routes that we gotta start putting out there. So yeah, my son's not returning as a mercenary, I assume so. We will hold on to our new gains as much as we can. I didn't switch the provincial capital on this one either. Okay. Actually gonna put one here. That'll be the new and fortress to be built too. Think. Yeah. These import values is going to be glorious. Just trade whatever. Oh man. Again, I never controlled a country this large before in this game. Compared to Massalia, but all that was tribal land, and that's easy. Nope, not this one. Oh, northern way, this will do. Just bring some more valuables. The food's good enough. So this is largely going to be a peacetime episode because of our high aggressive expansion. We can't go to war anymore. We just have to hold on to our gains, which it might be troublesome. But there is a pretty good chance, I would say, of holding on to all the areas. And we may have to create another army. Starting to run out of food to trade with. Almost done. But at least it's what it appears. Need more forces. If you're going to be building another army that contains cavalry, it should be there. Almost there. There, that's it, and the total of, that's the balance. There. After nearly 10 minutes of trading, now let's get this life over with and building fortresses. Build one more. There you go. So let just life take its course. Naxocrates, why did I give you away? I saw this thing and yet there was just too much cohorts and deployed them in the wrong place. But they say he may return, but when exactly? We don't know that for certain. And you've got a son who has less martial, but he's incapable. And if he was to become a ruler, which he'll be less popular. We gotta do something about his popularity in the future. You're a corrupt one, I'll put you in. He was the head of the family. Again, remind you again, we're building up all these fortresses. Now it's going to really get the maintenance up, but it's just to protect our nearly won gains. Even though there could be a possible rebellion or two in somewhere in these provinces. But we can't guarantee it, unless I start seeing that popping up here. What am I going to do with you, Anaximandros? When you turn 12, I could give you make you become a politician. Become an orator or something. You'll be good at that. It's just I'm not sure about Xenocrates anymore. Even if he does come back, I fear that he didn't get anything done. That's what I fear. Our Imperator's Aristodemid has friends far outside our borders, often trying to use his network to the advantage of our nation. He believes his friendship with the Emperor Posianos of the Persian Empire could be put to use and increase their opinion of us. All we have to do is send some of the wealth his way and we'll try to improve our reputation in the Persian Empire. Sorry, I don't have that kind of money. Dropping appearances. Abraeus the Besieger. That's the cavalry commander. A man in control of a sizable and personal loyal force has delivered a demand for additional funds. No mention is made what these funds are to be used for, and we assume that this is an attempt to assert dominance over our court. Nonetheless, are we really in a position to be able to deny these demands? We do not bow to blackmail. I don't have that kind of money. Xenocrates is back. Many long years ago, Xenocrates was sent on a world with an army of Hellenic soldiers under his command. Sadly, few stories were heard of Xenocrates during his time away. Indeed, a few he recognized upon his appearance at court. However, Xenocrates assures us that this newfound tenacity of his resolve. Unfortunately, the adventurer's life was not for Xenocrates due to a number of military disasters and several narrowly avoided mutinies. He's come slinking back into Hellenic League at long last, where he hopes to make a less adventurous life. Oh, I thought I expected a worse. Just a slight reduction in monthly popularity and family prestige, as he's become an R-tier general. Yeah, I suggest you seek treatment. But your skills are very much reduced. I apologize for sending you out there. But nonetheless, we're going to get you married. If there's any young women around. Someone that can help you out on all your skills that you lack of. But unfortunately, the best candidate I see is this one. At least. While Xenocrates has enjoyed life immensely as a man of leisure, yeah, right, he summoned an envoy this morning to deliver a proposal of marriage to the stunning young maiden Zophrys, hoping to produce heirs to further legitimize the Aristodemid dynasty. Despite the appearance of Xenocrates, the head of the family, it seems that all concerns are solved by the beautifully penned Love poetry that Xenocrats it off that support his proposal. There you have it. At least that old mercenary group went away. Okay, next time when I do that, make sure to deploy him at a place with better supply limit, slightly less cohorts, and get him with us in combat. Yeah, that ain't happening again. I'll keep an eye on you. You actually have the same birthday. How do you like that? We're not twins, but still. You've got your 4 jobs. What else do you want? Here. That's what that's for, anyhow. Again, we cannot aggressively expand anywhere. Yeah, sorry folks, you're all gonna have to move over to some of these areas, which I can arrange that for you. What are you up to? I ain't coming over there. And you know what? Just for that refusal, you've broken an alliance with Rome. So you've made an enemy out of them. Well then, they do have a cash spell against us, but I just say that because they've gone too far now. That's why we're concerned with Roman conquests as of late. And if we ever want to go to war against Rome, it would likely be for Magna Graecia. But you know, just in case. Yeah, they're very mad at us, but then again, it's all aggressive expansion. What about the subjects? Not our disloyal. Okay, that's good. If you were to fabricate at least one area, would be Tarentum starters. It's for just in case. But you can't go to war at all, remember that. And the stability will be in freefall. You were to become a politician. That's exactly what I had in mind for you. Demand an open allegiance to Xenocrates, despite his flaws. And I know Naximandros would be better, but... just sad. Made a big mistake of sending him out there. Should have just waited for that old general to die out so he can run the army. But now he can't. He's got to have heirs of its own. So he can have for himself. Whereas I'm still going to be around. least it's better from dysentery, so I hope you have wonderful children. His wife will support him in any way. I'm actually a bit teary-eyed on my left eye from that. Again, all I gotta do is just sit on my hand. Wait for this aggressive expansion to go down. It was above 50, but not anymore. Bear that in mind. Our priority is just defend our gains and wait for time to tick along. And keep an eye for any disloyalties. Like this man. Who has dementia, so I don't mind him. Yeah, good luck trying to assassinate him. If you fail, your health will deteriorate faster. Just watch, he won't succeed. Cleopatra's all going rough. I just saw that. Hang on. Just watch with his assassination complete, then watch his health. Typically that happens when I do it. I mean, I don't assassinate people. We'll soon make a sacrifice to the gods to get this stability up slightly. Control range modifier. It's good to know. Cleopatra. She is submissive, forgiving, and silver-tongued. She would make a decent queen if she were to run the country, but she's third in line. No finesse. She's incapable. Don't seek a treatment. I'm not saying I want to end my life. No, no, no. A part of that is, well, it ain't going anywhere. And I don't want the physician to make me lose another eye, or lose a leg, or lose a hand. I don't want him to mess with me. I'm surprised it barely treated them. Already. And the baby's coming already. Gee, you're most anxious to have a... died during childbirth. Sorry about your loss. Okay. You're marrying this woman who's a Bithynian and a Zoroastrian. Strange, but do it. You need more children. She was a perfect wife for you, and yet she died. A Apparently the Aristodemid curse has never left us, despite the fact we're healthier these days, but yet... We are such a cursed family. It seems our traders and merchants have treated surprisingly well as they've been traveling across some artisan. Though we have had our shares of disagreements, there's chances for a newfound friendship between our two nations. How nice. You do spend one. Just for the monthly popularity, because, well, when my son takes the throne, he's not going to be as popular as he's an armchair general. Why did I send him out there, knowing that he would lose his martial base? He did. He could have been a general of one of our armies, but he didn't. Now we don't have elephant discipline anymore. If only we had dates. Just looking. Browsing. Why don't we have that? Just diplomatic reputation up. Aggressive expansion go down faster. Two sacrifices. That'll start gaining up again. These two are friends now. Grandchild of the governor of Asia. And these fortresses are about to be finished. Now Xenocrates is gambling. That's one. Will not put a strain on our economy, but it definitely does create, you know, a real zone of control in the provincial areas. In a case of a defensive war against, you know, rising powers like the Persian Empire. I would hate for them to attack us. And if we were to fight against Rome, it'd be a massive war. Because I really want to put a stop to them. I mean, these areas, they can keep because it's weak territory. Lacks manpower and economy and all that. The real power lies in Magna Graecia and Rome. Still expanding the Iberian land. Inspired. Okay, just a place to stockpile. Deploy yourself here. Notice the attrition. And you know, it's enough money that we can not only afford, as I said before, create a 6th army, as well as drilling old troops who wish to get more military experience. If only one of my children was leading an army. Picked up 8 charisma. Yeah, health's not deteriorating at all. There's no point in it. Just wait till I'm in my 60s. And of course, you know, we encourage more Aristodemids because you know how small our family is. So let's keep increasing the size of that. So Cleopatra should get married. This week, just marry whoever you want. Ooh, a lustful man. There you go. Should be matrilineal. At least that's what I think. Looking at supply limit. No Olympics. So we have to build them here in Greece before we send them out somewhere. What kind of force would it be? I remember that one time years ago. What do you mean years ago? Back in the front of playthrough when we fought those mercenaries that was hired by Carthage, which had a lot of heavy infantry and light infantry. Like a ridiculous amount. Keep that stability up. Head of the family. Just a researcher. So heavy infantry, just give me 10 heavy infantry and 10 light. And 2 supply wagons. Supply trains. That's an idea. Very novel idea. Infantry only. No archers. Kind of similar to what Masuda's army consists of. But more infantry intensive and less cavalry. I did accounting in my head, so I don't have to say it out loud. But I'm not going to appoint a general there. That's just in reserve for anybody who wants it. Particularly somebody of my dynasty. They'll be stationed in Phrygia. Denied legitimacy. Word has reached us that Imperator has been spreading dangerous rhetoric that calls into question Cassandra's right to rule, challenging Cassandra on the grounds of birth, efficiency, and morality. Imperator's could cause widespread sin if these claims are not dealt with. Ignore his wild claims. Prove legitimacy. That's what we should do. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably one of the very few or rare episodes where I just feel subdued because of what happened to Xenocrates. Deployed in the wrong place. He gained nothing. At least he got a child, but he needs to have a son. Anaximandros is about to become a man here. Let him gather all the food, and then we'll send up the army to be deployed in garrison duty of sorts in Gordium. Because Governor Corruption, what have you done? Let me see. Bribe him. I gave him 1 corruption again. I'll give him loyalty. Opposing would be. Ooh. A corrupt governor is no good. You're supposed to be just. And yet you have the goal to seek for a spouse for yourself. That's the reason why I'm sending this new army on garrison duty. There's no future in that, one would think. It's good enough balance to make it doable. We should be fine. Oh, I know what to do with him exactly. Since, you know, that's the governor of Phrygia. They have it under control, so he gets more loyalty. I will get a little bit of money. Get rid of that corruption. Stop that nonsense. One would think we could have put him hold on trial instead of doing that. But I ain't got time for that. Really, befriend your sister. At least the tyranny goes away fast, but now it's starting to go down a little. It's not enough. Boy in Megara, where's the this fleet? I just remembered something. You know what's the one thing we never ever finished? The damn road. Now I have to include, you know, Thrace as well. Now we have so much money to spend. And one would think we would just keep investing in inventions, but no. Anyways, you're going to be deployed to Phrygia. At least they have roads that's been built by the Antigonid, so they're wasting money on that. Here, post. You're heading to Gordian. Okay, but look at the path. Are they following the road? Yes. Yes, it's all connected. Just needs a little bit of greenery still. There's two of them at least. It's not fertile country, but still. I mean, as you look at it here. Does this look all fertile country to you? Hills, plains, at the most. And their endless civil war still ongoing. There's a breakaway. Third Persian Civil War still ongoing. But it looks like the loyalists are winning. Welcome. They're not using that much food here. But I would probably invest that a little just to add another trade route necessary for more food. Don't overstay your welcome. Right here instead. Dynastic disperse. Oh, you're all grown up now. I fail to realize that. Incapable, cautious. Just no good. It has reached our ears that Xenocrates, a child and heir of Alexander, started to develop a jealous, hateful view of his half-brother Anaximandros. The rivalry stems from Xenocrates' worries that children from a more recent marriage will be favored, removing his chances to inherit. Evidence has arisen that, encouraged by close friends and relatives, Xenocrates may even be planning to remove Anaximandros from the picture permanently. We could manipulate this to our advantage. Banish him? I mean, he has a better charisma and zeal. But, unfortunately, he's not going to be as... Well, both of my boys aren't going to be popular anyhow. The hell are you talking about? Or, we'll attempt to assassinate and let him happen. Listen, what happened back there? I'm sorry. I was sent you as a mercenary and your marshal was deuced. You could have been a general, all that, but... Listen, you're not capable of doing anything. Your wife may help, but Anaximandros is the better politician. But he's got no finesse. But he's cautious. But he cannot be a commander either, but at least he'll keep the country together with his charisma and zeal. Because that's what's needed around here. Some charisma and some zeal. As I said, I'm just disappointed in myself, although it's my fault, but what happened to you was just... It was beyond my control. And... Well, clearly he's the better man, even though he has no martial nor finesse, but he should be married to someone who has good martial and finesse to compensate that to a much more agreeable level. But I'm not going to send him out as a mercenary. But hey, he's younger too, so he's got a future. So, expose the Knight Socrates and ensure his punishment. So, his loyalty will drop. He'll lose his position in the government. He will be banished to Lycia and Megea. That's our subject. Will evade capture due to his wealth and influence. No doubt. And will lose a bit of legitimacy. Sorry this had to happen, so now you are the primary heir. Let's get you married right away. Honestly, it's heartbreaking for me. Well, there's one that's doable. She's the niece. Oh dear. Oh, actually, she's a member of that family, but... yeah. My niece to marry my son, so that's... I think we may have a first here, but this will compensate it. So yeah, he's out of there, so... would have been either that or it would have been Cleopatra. But it has to be you. Oh dear. Anyways. Nearly all the money. And the governor of Asia is not corrupt, so he's okay. Big price we have to pay. Wish you the best. Oh, by the way, did you ever have a child yet? Yes. Of our dynasty. Good. Looks like the Antigonid kingdom is finally starting to get its act together. All they need now is to head to Cyprus, and the rebellion is finished. Now I start seeing the man I just gave my money to as a rival. The heck? Don't do that. Boy, everybody wants a piece of the governor. I forgot, what are we missing? Got elephants again. I guess that's what was missing. Pergamon doesn't have a fortress anymore, so they're kind of, sort of wrapping it up, but we know they both exhausted themselves in this endless civil war. Hey, is the peace off? Yes, the peace is off. We could take Cyprus if we wish to, but can't do that. High aggressive expansion. And it cannot deteriorate further if you start any kind of war. Get some grain here. Just this area needs some storage. And cannot wait to go to war against the Antigonids again. Not only for Cyprus, but also for the enclave areas. Since we've alienated both of them. What have you? Plotting quietly, okay. You get away with it. I'm sure he's up to no good. Carthage is officially a great power now. That means they cannot have allies. So be careful when you take on Carthage, in both land and sea. So we're almost at the path where we cannot expand further east because of Persian Empire. Because they're powerful. Even though I would love to still keep with friendly relations with them. Just want to stay in touch. Already. Guess I'll keep it on YouTube then. What year is it? I know it feels like it's been forever. Guess we're halfway done this playthrough, but again, it's largely a peacetime episode and slightly depressing to me because of what occurred here. But we can go to war again, but not right now. Aggressive expansion's far too high. Like, if we get it down to, say, at least 10 aggressive expansion, then it's doable. And then we'll go to war with just one territory. Yeah. And that'll be Cyprus and possibly a few that remains of what's left of Lydia. But we can't guarantee that. And if we were to fight against Carthage, well, it'll likely be for the Magna Graecia areas. I would love to hold them. But that'll be at Rome's expense as well. Even though we're no longer allied with Rome anymore. As we made significant gains. Even though we're far from being considered a great power. And Judea's our only ally, even though we could make more potential allies. In some other areas. Thank you. The tribute. I suggest you better start giving them a harsh treatment. Get them to go your way. Got it? Because some areas are a bit more unruly than others. But they'll come around. I hope. I mean, the country's too big. Especially this land. But I mean, we can maintain a large military force as we have this many cohorts. And a large navy as well, but not as big as... They do have it against us for reasons, but we'll be ready. Should have a child by now. A daughter. Do I need any more corruption? Just remove him. You're fired and not fired. Happens a lot. And they still got their ports. Why don't they send them maybe to Cyprus? Because it kind of makes you want to get Cyprus and a little bits of that. Which we could do that, no doubt. You haven't done much of anything as of late. Egypt's been quiet again. You've been colonizing, have you? I remember start that road here. You finally got another port. Go into this at a port there. Smara, Sidon, Egypt, Thamud. Just wondering where you might expand next. There's what's left of Macedon. We do have contact with them. No alliance, though, for this migratory tribe, which is a client state. Oh, it's finally over. Still a great power, but they are devastated. Yeah, it's starting to get crowded over this part of the world. They're winning this war. Somehow. If they manage to get themselves free, I may... Oh, that reminded me. These people. Anaximandros requests responsibility. The heir to the Hellenic League, Anaximandros asks to take on some responsibilities of rulership from Cassandra. Though young, Anaximandros is confident that he has the necessary capabilities to be an effective administrator. Let's give him a chance. I'm old and blind. I wish he was the new ruler now. No, don't. Look, if we take Cyprus in the future, this would further accelerate the end of the Antigonid civil war, and then we'll fight the Antigonids again for the rest of these areas and along the coast here. And that'll be it for them. Macedonian Hellenic, so try that. He was the head of that family, and he was the tutor. Hey, I got, well, I don't know. Syrian cable and cautious, but and you got no statesmanship. You're barely increasing it. Oh, just give him a shot. Let him do what he wants to do. If he screws something up, then he screws up, but it'll get his statesmanship up. Arcosian, a Mugged Hellenic. It's kind of funny that his last name is Yavanna, which Yavanna in Sanskrit means Greek. Evidently, it was a mistake to grant an ex-manager more responsibility. His attempts at statecraft and diplomacy yield disappointing results, and many in the Hellenic League question whether next managers will ever be ready to take reins of leadership. The legitimacy goes down, but, well, at least it could have been worse. Let's increase the speed because there's not a lot happening in this episode except for changes in succession, which was unfortunate on my part. And I really want to get rid of this aggressive expansion so we can expand again for a short war in Cyprus and take little bits that belongs to Phrygia. And then we have it. And you know what? Just to get you started, how many law courts do you have? Because I thought about, well, at least you're still loyal and a friend of mine. Hell, I'm a friend of all these guys. Like, perhaps they should start just drilling the troops. How long were you there? Please, very long. Move here. Just, you know, make preparations. Curious. We're going to be sending it to Lycia. You are to be deployed there. Make some room. Head to Sardis. Start drilling troops, because at least get some military experience up. Huge Persian fleet. Look at that. We're a great power. I would hate to be enemies with them. You got many low cohorts, so start drilling. Deployment's good. Hope it doesn't take up the food, but begin drilling. You want to be ready for the next. You may never know. Alright, we're sending you over there. You know, make some room and then begin drilling. Since you got so many low cohorts. But mind you, they do cost a bit each time you do so. How many low cohorts do you have? 12 out of 25. And he's very old, so do it anyway. Just need to increase military experience. 19 out of 22. Yeah, you'd do the same. Basically, all armies. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Ship of state. The renowned philosopher Antigonid Antigonid. That's an odd name. Where the hell are you from? Believes that the world would never be free from of its evils until the kings and princes will have the spirit and power of philosophy. The ship of the state must be captained only by men of wisdom. He has identified Cassandra as one with potential to learn the true virtues of rule under his diligent tutelage. Are you from? Holy. Send this raving lunatic on his way. I can handle the legitimacy. I'm researching the lineage. No, don't. We have plans for them. May have to cut this episode short, which is, again, not a lot happening, but will definitely be happening. What are you up to? Oh, not again. Well, it's for a piece of this land, which they already got it. I guess we may have to call them sooner than later, so... Tell you what. Just hang on. We'll be there soon, don't you worry. There's another call. We'll stop right before the 23rd. Because I want to leave this on a cliffhanger, so that way the next episode there'll be some action finally. Even though to a lesser degree. Okay, we'll be there. We're so anxious. At least the men were drilling as if we're getting ready to fight a war, and we shall. But you're all gonna have to wait till the next episode. Once again, we have the money, we have the manpower, and there's very little places that will expand. So, no doubt this would be an opportunity to, well, clean this up by taking small bits of Phrygia and others, parts of Anatolia. But most importantly, the real goal, Cyprus. Even though this would cause a slowdown on the drain of the aggressive expansion, since we're about to be involved in a war again, no thanks to Judea. But, one thing's for certain. Whenever I pass, an Anaximander to take over, because Anaxocrates, it's my fault, did a lot wrong with him, and I'm sorry. This was a sad state of affairs. But he'll do good with his charisma as well. I mean, the finesse will be a problem, because these two are incapable. It had it, but it's just not there. You got two people who are incapable. And hopefully we don't have incapable children in this future. And what of Cleopatra? What's she been doing? Just two children for now. Hey, married to a lusty man, which increases fertility a little. So it's fine. Oh my goodness. It's the same dynasty, but this is a stratocratic monarchy great power, so they've recently changed their monarchy from aristocratic to stratocratic. Makes them a very militant empire of theirs. Meanwhile, Rome is at war with Macedon again, which they want to expand more to these areas. And Carthage isn't going anywhere, as it's a great power now, which most of these territories that they get are from Iberia. they're not culturally united. Which if we mess with them, at least. Like if we were to fight a war against Carthage, probably for them just to get them off of us, Magna Graecia as a whole as well, and free Syracuse. I mean, they'd be willing to transfer, it's just they have to be a disloyal subject. So maybe our eastward expansion is going to be rather limited because of the Persian Empire. Then soon we'll turn our attention to the west and then south to subdued Egypt when we eventually will expand and grab the Nile Delta where the power lies, and they will weaken. And possibly give Judea some land too towards the Sinai if they're able to participate. But still, we'll end the episode on that note, ladies and gentlemen. It's not exactly the way I wanted it to be, but, and so it's the 150s now, and there will be another big conflict, mainly for Cyprus and small bits of the provinces of recontrol, particularly Phrygia, but not Bithynia. That'll be left alone. Just any piece of Phrygia that got away from us. So, and this army will be sent to take Cyprus. Take it all over, then you got your objective, and get these small gains, then that's it. And with Egypt involved, well, we gotta, get them to turn the other way then. But all that and more in the future for the Thebes series, which again, it's already been a very successful series for, for starting off as a city-state of Thebes and whatnot. But look at the score. Pandya's the strongest South Indian power, even though the Mauryans, if they keep their focus on expanding this way and even defeat the Pandya, they may have a chance to become Bharatvarsha, United India. They could. So, we're running out of space here. And we'll see what the future holds, but until then, so long for now.